I was told that the illness I have, it was life-threatening. That's what they say. I am a Bangladeshi citizen, but I live in Toronto. I do enjoy the life in Toronto. I love going out for walks. The environment, it's amazing. In December, we visited Bangladesh. When I woke up in the morning, I couldn't lie down, I couldn't sit because of the pain. And I went to the hospital and I was put into ICU immediately. After about 3-4 days, my wife, when she saw that it was life-threatening for me, that's when she decided that she should get an air ambulance for me and fly me out and bring me to Bumrungrad.
We are more or less the contact point where the patient and their relatives contacted the hospital in terms of the medical transfer. Due to the pandemic, it's inevitably hard to make any international transfer. We are familiar with the process, so we can plug in every necessity in order to bring the sick passenger from the origin into Thailand to receive the better, proper care.
They send the medical record along with the patient. So after reading the record and seeing the patient, I feel that he's pretty sick from his disease with the diagnosis of acute pancreatitis. By the time he got here, he started to have problems with infections, started to have high fever. That is pretty difficult to save him.
I met him at the ICU. I got the case from Dr. Yongyut, my primary doctor, and then he explained the information about the patient a little bit. The problem starts from very high level of the fat called triglyceride.
The weight was the reason why it happened, that this illness has happened to me.
When its triglyceride level exceeds 1,000, it do start having inflammation, and his case it started with 4,000. I know that this is a quite serious case.
I share my concern with the family that with his presentation with the illness of his pancreas, his mortality rate could be close to 50%. His pancreas was very inflamed to the point that the central portion of his pancreas is gone.
It was scary, but at the same time, when the doctors were telling me what's wrong with me, that's when I felt very confident that the doctors knows everything about me. They knew what to do.
Myself is a pulmonologist and intensivist. I know nothing about pancreatitis. So I get Dr. Tossapol, who seems to be a captain of the team now because of his disease.
The collection is like in the inverted U shape, and then the central part, the horizontal part, is occupied with like a big collection, a big area of pus.
The pus inside me was approximately 7 to 10 liters. That's a lot.
We just put a small hole through the stomach, and then the collection in the central part will be drained. But the big problem is the arms of the U shape. We use a special stent, like a big straw made of metal, because it has a very large diameter, so that at the end I can drive the scope through his flank. In the world of advanced endoscopy, we use a very small wire made of soft metals. This wire, if you can thread to any part that you want in the body, then you can do anything. So now I can access the right side of his abdomen using the left-sided hole. So his collection was resolving very rapidly.
After my second operation, I was not stable. When I opened my eyes, I saw Dr. Tossapol was really worried.
I would say he played a joke, perhaps, saying that I can't recall anything, and I knew that I was very sick, but the only thing that he recalled was that my face looked very worried. He made me pause for a few seconds. It was a good moment.
I was completely bedridden for more than 3 months. I couldn't walk. I remember Dr. Yud was also making several calls every now and then, asking about my improvement, my condition.
I was attending on the case, so I make round every day. And it happened to be that day he was on his way up to stand. So that's why I was lucky to treat him at that moment.
I'm glad for him that he can fight for himself and to be back on his track. And I'm proud of our team that we finally can bring him back to level that he can be sure to recover and go back home safely.
I think everyone, every profession has his or her own pride and also the fulfillment of the work. This is one of those moments.
The moment that he got better and he's about to be discharged is worth all the efforts.
I feel like I got a second chance. I should be very careful. I have kids, I have family, I have wife, I have parents. There are a lot of responsibilities on me. And I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to God. I'm very thankful to my doctors.
He just mentioned that, you know what, I felt everything was dark, and then we tried really hard until this happened. At the end, he can tell that he see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm glad that we made it for him. So we slowly walk together to the end of that tunnel for him.